session, we always review the basics
Okay.
that we review, and you have to write it down. That what you
Okay.
know,
Yeah.
so that we
Yeah.
can check after the completion of the course that what has
Yeah.
changed, and we can gauge the progress ourselves, right?
Say it again. We can coach, or you can do what? Like, should I do it from brand new piece of, like, from continue from last time, or those are in random notes? I should start from scratch, like
I will
brand new.
just ask you some questions, and
Okay.
you need to answer those and write those down.
Okay, no problem. I'm gonna do Word. 1 second.
Yeah,
Oops.
yeah, right, no
I guess
problem.
Thinker,
Forward.
yeah, Notepad is no good.
Sure,
So
sure, sure.
1 second. Just Thinkorswim open by mistake. So I downloaded Interactive Brokers. I've joined. Their Interactive Brokers is much cost effective in terms of commissions and stuff like that. So
Right,
I've
right,
joined Interactive Brokers. I'm funding it soon. I
right,
funded it, but it's going to take a few days to fund. It takes it's a transfer. So
right.
yeah. What is
Great.
this? A new question. 1 second.
Okay.
Word. Okay. Yeah.
So first question is, why are you trading?
I'm trading because I'm passionate about trading, and I want to. I think it's a good way to earn income and gain profit.
Right. So the main aim is to earn profits,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
Others are just a part of what to make oneself happy.
Right. And it's yeah, exactly. No, it's very interesting. There's 3,000 different securities you can trade in like
Right.
approximately just in one market in NYSE, and it's just very interesting. You can trade a company, own a company short term, and trade it. It's just I don't know how to explain that in a short sentence, but it's
Right.
just
Right.
very I'm passionate about it. I like trading.
Right. I got it. Now, so you know the reason for the trading to make money, right?
Yeah, to make money. Yeah,
And you are passionate. Those two
yeah,
things. Just note
yeah,
those down.
yeah.
Then,
To make I trade to make money and passionate about it. Yeah, exactly.
right. Then, what is the aim of trading and plan with the monthly expected output?
Aim of trading is to generate profit. Again, same thing, and minimize risk.
Right. But I want the specific. So, why you are currently using trading as for funding your part-time source, full-time, or for any other reason?
For finding my part time, I'm not doing it full time because it's additional income, and it's um I don't know if that's the answer. The additional income.
Right. So, what
Yeah.
is your monthly expected returns?
Monthly expected returns, because I trade. I don't monthly expected returns. I don't know, above 10-15%.
Okay, just write those down.
Okay, month. I'm just throwing numbers out. I don't know. I could make that in a day. I could lose in a day too. 10 to 15%
Right, we'll come to
expected
that.
return. Yeah.
Then
And
capital set aside for trading.
capital I set aside because I've trade like capital set aside probably around the minimum requirement that they're requiring, capital around 10,000 US.
Right,
Direct brokers requires.
right. So 10,000 currently, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
trade options only. I don't trade stocks. So
right. So any further plan to expand your funds?
yeah, eventually grow my funds and see how I do with that minimum amount, and then see if I'm successful in that small amount, then maybe grow that current amount from 10,000 something, or bring more capital into my trading account from my other income.
Right. So any other plan, like monthly, you are going to deposit this much, or quarterly, you are going to
No, no,
deposit.
no, nothing said yet. Let's see how I do. I'm doing paper trading, and I'm doing just trying to learn and learn the tools of the trade, or whatever you want to call it, and understand all these indicators, candlestick patterns, advanced trading. Be really comfortable with before putting my money into it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Just write those down. 10,000
Okay.
capital aside.
Yeah.
and
Required
you won't be
capital
funding
aside.
currently until you are good and expert at trading with the
Yeah.
technical, right?
Yeah, exactly. Will not, will only increase funding once advanced trader.
Right. Great.
Yeah.
Now let's move on to the main part.
Yeah.
Understanding of fundamentals and technicals in analysis. What do you understand by fundamentals and technicals in analysis?
Well, in short, fundamental analysis is your news, all the data that's coming in the news from the CNBC, the news that you get from your platform, and technical analysis is candlestick patterns and technical indicators that
Right. Technicals is
help
anything you
you.
trade from the charts.
Yeah, exactly. Technical is anything you trade from charts. You know what? One thing I found, I was watching a webinar, and just on topic here. I was watching a webinar on interactive brokers,
Okay.
and they have a candlestick patterns throughout. Like suppose 5 minute candlestick patterns throughout the day for
Yeah.
I don't know McDonald's for example, and they have indicators. They've drawn an arrow for any news item that a particular candlestick might represent. If
Right.
there's a
Correct.
big negative bearish candle, there's a yellow label next to it saying that
Right.
click on the next label and it says this is particular. This could be possibly because CEO resigned or something like that, and that's why the candle dropped. That was only this platform I've seen something like that. So
Yeah, it's there with other few platforms as well. But let's come to that point now. So
yeah,
we'll keep the technicals aside. Now let's first focus on what fundamentals. Since you said fundamentals is news, right? Trading
yeah.
industry is news. But
Trading with
why
news,
why
yeah.
fundamentals are important?
Unless I think they're absolutely important because they kind of represent what's on the chart.
Right.
Sometimes,
Yeah.
and sometimes I mean, if there's no news, and it's still moving, So
So what is the news? News is a thing that you come to know after the thing has happened, right?
you find the news, and the candlestick is reflects the news.
No, what is news? Something has happened, which is an
Hmm.
important event,
Hmm.
right? And that you come to know through other media or the sources.
Right.
So it has basically happened
It has
already.
happened, and news has already
So
happened.
the
Yeah.
major players who get the information first,
Major
who are leading
players
the position in the market, right?
get news first. Retail traders get it last.
Right. So earlier they used to use routers, Thomson routers,
Yeah.
and Bloomberg, right?
Yeah.
So, but now with the plain level field, we have the access to the information immediately, correct?
Yeah. So
Earlier,
IB Brokers has access to it. Like the news feed seems to be quite fast. Like so, is Interactive Brokers is it gets the news feed from Reuters or Bloomberg or do you know?
yes, routers and Bloomberg both they are
Okay, got it.
subscriber for, and they are also liquidity providers for Bloomberg also, I think. Yeah,
Okay, got it. So we now get our news as quick as major players.
right. So it is a level playing field,
Yeah.
but still we see that movement has taken place before the release of the news many of the times.
Yeah.
So the news has leaked, right?
News leaks. Yeah.
So, but that will be visible on the chart already with
News
the
leaks
certain
and
patterns.
invisible and gets visible on chart.
Right. So do you know the what is important? Economic calendar.
Yeah, I really like that. So I do. Can you see my screen, or you can only see mine?
No, no, you
I mean,
haven't seen it.
I haven't shared. Okay, one second. How do I do it? Because I'm trying to get used to this platform too. So one second. How do I go to Chrome, and then what do I do? And I don't want to press the wrong button. Do I press share, or
Share screen.
oh, you see it?
Yes, correct. Now I can
So
see.
event calendar, and then I'm kind of getting used to this a little bit. This is too much data, but I want all, not all. I want only US. This is US data for today, or actually, yeah, today.
Right.
But there's some, but I know. Tell me one thing. Do you happen to know like a better website out there? Like I know there's
Yes,
Forex
I'm
Factory and
coming
all
to
that.
that point.
Okay,
I'm
for
going
news,
to
like every single like these are just basic events. Yeah.
right. So I'm coming to that point. I'm going to share with you all the links that are important. to know all the
Okay.
economic calendar for the further full year, for the full year,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah.
I will just give you. Put it in your this one chat
Okay.
box.
Okay. Sure. Because I'm thinking, like tomorrow, and then like something like like a few weeks ago, the healthcare bill in the U.S. was being like
Right, right, correct.
was going,
That's why.
and then that type of news item, like someone of simplified website saying that, oh, this could move the markets in this way or that way. Okay, where do you see that? I don't see it.
On the group chat, just click on the chat button on the left hand side of the Google Hangout. First one.
Got it. Forex Trader Market Watch. Okay, so I want to click on that. Okay, got it. No,
I
page
will
request
give you
economic.
all the links. Just check one. Check which one is comfortable for you.
Okay, Market Watch. Where do you see this? Like, I don't see it. Do you see my page?
Yes.
Where
Economic
do I
calendar.
click on?
Economic
Comfort.
calendar.
Where?
Just wait.
Economy?
Just I will open it and just
Oh, economic calendar tools. Got it. Got it. This one right here.
yes.
Also, tomorrow weekly jobless claims, Philly Fed leading indicators. Yeah.
Right. All the news are there, right? And with the release time,
Yeah. The major event economic indicators. Yeah.
I'm going to
What
share you all the
about?
links.
Okay.
All the links. That is why I was discussing this to know whether you know about those or not. Okay.
Okay. I use it all the time. I use it. Yeah. But I don't know if I. Thinkorswim actually has an explanation for each one to understand what each one means. Yeah. So.
Yes. This is the second one. This is directly from the Nasdaq.
Hello.
This is directly from the Nasdaq.
Okay. So this is a more Thursday. Jerome Powell speaks.
Everything is there when the May speaks or the market focus any change in the events.
Yeah. But is there something like a different one? Like these are all they're similar. But is there
Right.
anything like something like since tomorrow, Brexit, sort of like Theresa May speaking in London, it could move the markets or something, something like
Yes.
that. Do you have anything?
I will just share with you all the links. Just go
Okay.
through it and then I will explain each one or the best one and
Should I
why.
X out of them? Should I X out of them and just go save them and favorite them?
Yeah, just keep on saving those. Just bookmark, right?
Okay.
Make a
Okay.
folder or you can bookmark on the bar, bookmark bar.
Yeah, bookmark. I have a bookmark manager here.
Then you can decide which one you feel more comfortable because there are many links.
Yeah.
And I will come to
So
which
far.
one to use and which you will get correct information when the data is released immediately.
Okay.
I've also shared Bloomberg, Morningstar.
Yeah, Morningstar is really good. I have Morningstar equity research reports from one of the platforms I use or websites I use,
Right.
which is really good. Do you do research reports or use only technicals?
I do use fundamentals to understand which moves will occur when because that
Say it
is very
again.
important. Fundamentals is very important to understand because in every weekly analysis and daily morning analysis, we have to know what is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
Because you take a position, you are risking certain amount, and if you don't know what is going to happen, a major event like day before yesterday, I think May called in for the elections. That really the many positions in the market.
Yeah, you do not, you understand macroeconomics, or do you go company specific like level, what Reliance, or I don't know,
No, I don't go company specific as such, but
okay,
macro.
macro, got it. Yeah. Let me send me another one. Oh, there it is. Which one's this one? Next one. Oh,
Yes.
Morningstar, Barron's, Bloomberg. Okay, got it.
They have the earning announcement, the street. Have you clicked on the street?
No, I didn't click on it. I just clicked on the economic calendar. They're all the same so far. They're very similar.
Yes. They are all similar because the news calendar is fixed for the year, right?
Yeah. Uh,
Just open. The important one is street for you because you are doing options, right? So you need to have company specific information as well.
Barron's or Morningstar, should I bother opening them or just go to the street?
No, no, just bookmark those and just
Bookmark
move on
them.
to the
Barron's.
street.
Okay, 1 second. So they're all the same. Pick one that's comfortable with me for me,
Correct.
right? Okay. This is company specific. Yeah, I'll secure the earnings calendar for stocks. Okay, done. And get out of that. And then the street. That's events calendars. April 18th, April 19th. 103 earnings. Trading dividends. Economic at 7.
So you have earnings data. If it is surprise or any price change, estimate reported, everything is given. So for the options, this is important.
Say it again. Well, I'm looking at the street. Do you see what I'm seeing right now?
Yes.
So what are you trying to say? What does this interpret?
So you have an event calendar, right? So
Yeah.
for today, April 20, Thursday, what are the
Uh,
events?
events, economic events. I click on economic events. There's initial jobless claims, Bloomberg consensus, federal funds reserve.
Right.
One,
So
two, three,
you know,
four.
correct.
Hmm?
You know the specific timings as well.
Specific, yeah?
Timings, report time.
Yeah, it's not listed completely. Like federal funds rate 415. Initial claims consensus estimate 241. Timing's not there, no?
Those will be for the just because what is that? We'll come to that. I will give you the another one which is
Okay,
important to
okay.
follow.
Okay.
So this
Next.
part you have to know because it will also show earnings. If you are trading options, you need to know the earnings data when it is
Yeah.
released.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you
But
click on any,
I don't hold it before earnings. Yeah, that's my strategy. I don't hold it before earnings or I'll trade it in between the quarter, but not into the earnings.
right, good.
That's
That
just
is
you agree with that. That's not a bad
yeah,
strategy because who can guess? Nobody can guess unless you're
right,
insider. No.
correct. Even the insiders sometimes fail.
Exactly.
Now we have many websites here, but we are
Yeah.
still not able to figure out which one to use rightly. Okay,
True.
and we need some website that will give you data or an intimation or some pop-up at the exact time of release or few minutes before that, right?
Right.
Because
Right.
we
Right.
can't be following continuously every news,
Yeah.
right? So what I use personally is this
Hmm.
website. I will just share it.
Oh wow.
Though it's just a forex economic calendar, but it covers almost everything, and it pops up
Baby pips.
before
Wow.
and this before release always and after release immediately. So you
Oh
get an
wow.
idea why. Just click here and just bookmark
Oh,
it and use that.
I never heard of this one. Let me say. It looks like baby pips.
Hmm.
I just see baby factors. Okay, 1 second. I'll bookmark this as well. This is Australian, US, but you can customize it to just US.
Yes, you can customize it accordingly. Customize button is there in the right upper hand.
Yeah, but how do you customize it just to US? Any idea? I'll play with it. Yeah, I'll play with it.
Economic calendar. There is something in the more section.
Yeah, more section. There's nothing. It's just
Just
events.
choose if you have to focus only on the US.
Oh yeah,
Click on the
USD.
USD.
Let's show all. No, hide all. USD right here.
But
Save.
show all is better. You
You
need
need to know the world
more.
market. World market.
Yes, because each one will have impact on each other.
I know, but maybe FTSE. I mean GBP,
Main are
CAD,
the Japanese JPY,
JPY. Where is it?
then GBP.
GBY, and Canadian USD. That's good for
Canadian,
me now.
New Zealand, Australian.
Actually, Canadian is not that important, but save. Yeah. Okay, got it.
So you can customize and notify me by email also. His option is there if you want to 30 minutes before or how many hours before.
Oh wow. Does it
And
explain what it does? In this FOMC and the other office.
yes, just click
What-
on it and it will show you all the information.
There's
Just
not much
specific.
information, but
Yeah,
this 13
but it is
presidency.
specific.
Oh, his speech. Oh yeah, you're right. It's just a speech tomorrow, April 21st. And April 20th. April 20th. Oh yeah, English job claims, and it tells you what it does. Okay, got it. Oh,
Yeah,
that's really good. It's like Thinkorswim. Yeah,
right. And it
high
will pop up
impact.
if you just set email alert also. You will get a email alert before 30 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whenever you want to set it.
Oh, Lord, right here. You mean
Yeah, in the more. Just click on the
more? I know it's really good. It says high impact. You mean the market will move
yeah,
with this? No,
and it
got
shows
it.
all the high impact. So we have to focus on the high impact, medium impact news both.
High and medium impact. Got
And
it.
you
Got
can
it. Got it.
filter those also. In the more section, you have option to filter high impact and medium impact as well.
That's a good one. Okay, thanks. Yeah,
So it shows only specific high and medium impact news.
yeah, that's good. I'll save this.
And the
Yeah.
good thing is that it will pop up every time some news is there. It will give you an alarm or the sound on the screen itself, so you know that the
Oh
news
yeah.
is out and
But
this is the outcome. And
the
website
website
will
has
also
to be ad.
mention.
Website
Also,
has to be on, no?
sorry, yes,
The
website has
loaded
to
has
be
to be
on.
loaded. Loaded. I got it.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And it will also show you whether it is more than expected or less than expected. Everything. It will change the color. If it is less than expected, it will be red in the color. If it is more
Got
than
it.
expected, it will be green.
Okay.
So the pop-up will come on the screen. So this is must have.
Okay. Got it. For forex stocks, any
Everything for
asset.
everything.
Okay. Next.
Right.
Oh,
So
I clicked the wrong button.
okay. Now, what are the important fundamental and economic events that one has to watch for?
Like initial jobless claims.
Right. So
Should I
basically,
write them down?
no, what you have to do, you have to write it down, but first go to the MyFX book, that same website.
Yeah,
Just use filter out the high impact events.
I did. Just high.
Huh.
Okay, yeah.
And just do it for a week's calendar or month's calendar if you
20th to 27th. Okay.
no, do it for a month
Oh,
if
got
it's
it.
possible.
So that's month April first. So fourth, April 1st, April 30th. Filter. There you go. Oh, so you have a whole days ahead of you. And should remove Canada and just put US or just
Yeah,
US and
just focus on the US or the Canada.
US and GBP or just USD? USD is
Just
fine.
US, because all the countries will have the same events which are important.
No, no, that's true. No. There you go.
So what are you saying? All those high impact news are the most important things to follow.
Yeah,
Right. But the basically most important thing is interest rate.
that's true.
So
Which
when
is FOMC minutes.
right FOMC minutes. So that is the high impact event. High,
Yeah.
extremely high impact event. Because
Hmm.
sometimes if the consensus is opposite to what the actual release is of FOMC minutes, then you will see a large move.
Yeah.
So you have to know the exact time of the FOMC and avoid trading during those times.
Exactly. Unless you want to gamble, pure
Right,
gamble.
because then you don't have, it is not a probability theory, because
That's
anything can happen
true.
at that time. So the chances and the possibilities and the probabilities are not in our favor.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
So main is FOMC. Then the
Yeah.
second one, unemployment rate.
Yeah. So FOMC. Changing unemployment rate, huh?
Then you have manufacturing data. The-
Manufacturing data. That's important, no?
yes, it is important.
Manufacturing data. Yeah.
And the most important is NFP, non-farm payroll, which comes on every Friday, first Friday of the month. Every first Friday of the month. Non-farm payroll.
Every first Friday, not every Friday, but not
No,
every Friday of the week. Only first Friday of the month.
and it almost decides the trend for the month.
Oh. So non-farm payroll is the non-farm payroll. Non-farm part is just it's just another
Non-farm
way of
all
saying
the
it's just
other,
payroll. That's just a thing payroll
right?
for
It is
anything but a
related to
farm,
the
like private and
employment.
public. Huh?
It is related to the employment.
Yeah, exactly. But the farm part kind of is a little
Removed,
bit
yes.
confusing.
Other than
Is
the
removed.
farming sector, agriculture
Yeah,
sector,
exactly.
all
Yeah,
the other
exactly.
jobs. So
Okay,
that
got it.
actually gives the idea whether the economy of the country is improving or not.
Yeah,
So it is very important in case of understanding the economics. So it basically shows the direction for the move of the country, and most important in the US,
yeah,
because US just decides the trend for all the rest of the world.
yeah.
Right.
Got it.
Non-farm was on the first April 7th, right?
Yeah.
7th, right. Then ADP employment in that you have written already, and ISM on manufacturing PMI also you have written in
Yeah.
manufacturing data, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Then which one is more important?
That's about it.
Because the rest,
Oh, that's
these,
a good one. Trump Jing. That's what they don't have in all economic calendar. That's a good one.
yeah,
Really good one. April 6th. I mean, it's already been done, but the Chinese president met with the U.S. president.
right.
That's a good website. Yeah.
Then you need to also see IMF meeting.
Yeah. International Monetary Fund. So where's
Because
that?
that will be there
Next
this,
month?
no, it is there this month.
Oh yeah. So we have to go
22nd
down.
April.
Oh, Fed's Yellen speech. Oh, that was a big one.
Yes.
Oh, this is all old. Oh, this is brand new. Okay, this is new. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Michigan. The consumer sentiment index is important.
Yes.
Others, FOMC, Kashkari, existing home sales. IMF's in it. I mean, it's not here.
Which one?
IMF. I don't see IMF meeting.
IMF is on the 22nd April.
Oh, it's not mentioned here though. Or
Because
maybe
it
it's another
is
country.
medium, no, it is medium impact. We have only
Oh,
chosen right now high impact, right?
got it.
Just choose medium impact and you can see on the 22nd, or you just go to the 22nd April and you can see on the screen.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so these are the important things.
Yeah, it's a good, very good website. I like this website. Yeah.
Right. Now, so now you have something economic tool on your site, right? You know
Yeah.
what to look for, you
Yeah.
know when to look for, when the data will be released,
Yeah.
and if you just customize it, it will also show you the how much time is remaining for the next news and everything.
Yeah. I'll play around with this. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, good. Now let's move on to the financial cycle. Do you have any idea about the financial cycle?
You mean how? You mean cyclical cycle?
How the economic machine works? Do you know Ray Dalio?
Say it again.
Ray Dalio, Bridgewater Associates.
No.
Just Google Bridgewater Associates. It's world's biggest hedge fund, traded by Ray
Well,
Dalio.
Bridgewater or BlackRock or something.
Bridgewater.
Bridgewater. Okay, 1 second. Bridgewater Associates.
Yes. Or Bridgewater. Just type in Bridgewater. Yes.
This one.
Yes, first one.
Biggest hedge fund in the world.
Yes, and the most
Okay.
simple also.
Most simple as well.
Yeah. If you
Oh
go
wow.
to their office, they have just some 2 or 3 rooms office. He started already in a wood cabin or something. Ready. Yeah. And his principles, his famous book, Principles, it's still coming, it's still in
Mm-hmm.
writing, but
Mm-hmm.
he only shares those copies with his employees.
Wow.
So I have one copy. I guess I will send it to you
Oh, you have a copy.
someday.
Wow.
Okay, but
Yeah.
why I came to this point, because he
Yeah.
beautifully explains the financial cycle of the world.
Really?
Yeah, so I will just share you a YouTube link about that. When after
Oh.
this session is over, just go there and go through that completely and try
Wow.
to understand whatever you can. Okay,
But do you have the book that you can send me or a link or
uh,
anything? Or?
I will find it out and I will give it to you by Sunday.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, this is the link. I have shared it with you on the Hangout chat.
Okay, 1 second. Where? Oh, this YouTube link. Okay.
How the economic machine works in 30 minutes. The economy works like
Okay.
Just Google Ray Dalio, Ray.
1 second. Oh, that only works for Ray Dalio. Ray Dalio, no?
Yeah,
Yeah. Wikipedia or what principles?
and whenever you get the principles, yeah, the principles by Ray Dalio. If you could get that book, just click on it, whether it is available online or not. You don't.
Pre-order get updates.
Okay, but I have his copy in a PDF format. I guess
Oh,
I will just send it. Yeah.
that'd be great. Thanks. Oh, okay.
Okay, because he has explained everything in such a nice way,
Oh
because
yeah.
he knows how the money flows, right?
How many? Yeah. But
So
easy to understand or is it
very
straightforward to
easy.
understand?
It is for common person. He has explained it
Okay.
so easily.
Okay.
Though
Okay.
some terms are not known to the person who is not trading,
Mm-hmm.
but those who are trading for few years, they will understand it easily.
Got it.
And even if you don't understand anything, just ask me in the next session.
Okay.
I will try to explain it to you.
Okay.
Okay. So these are the important things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Then the next one. Now moving on to the technicals.
Yeah.
So why we use technical analysis for trading?
There's candlestick patterns and indicators. Like I use oversold, overbought conditions. Resistance, support. These are all like a measure of I don't know emotion, greed, and all. It's all in the charts.
That is true. The first important thing to understand the simplistic of the words is that technical trading gives us high probability trading setups.
Yeah,
So
that's
we know the
true.
exact entry, exit, and target price.
Technical indicators. Indicators give us high probability.
No, no, technical trading.
Technical trading gives high
High
probability.
probability trade setups.
Probability trade setups. I mean, if you were to give an example of this sentence, what would it be?
So high probability technical setups. I will just complete the first whole information about the importance of the technical trade. Then I will elaborate it in detail. Okay.
Okay, okay.
So why it is high probability? Because we are following the exact trading plan.
Oh, yeah. High
So the technical
probability.
trading helps us to
Because
divide,
we're following strict plan.
right, trading plan. So
Strict
technical trading
trading.
helps us to devise our own trading plan.
Yeah, helps us. Yeah, exactly.
It also provides us
Mm-hmm.
exact entry criteria, stop loss criteria, and the target criteria. So we have an objective rule based method,
And
which is objective, not subjective.
yeah, when you say objective or subjective, I mean objective meaning Say it
Subjective
again.
means you can just relate it to anything and just turn it according to your thoughts or the psychology. And
Hmm.
objective is you have rules we already written down on your trading plan and you just execute those. It's like a mechanical approach.
And actually, it has rules, and we are meant to follow the rules, right?
Right. So it is basically mechanical approach. You already have a devised your trading method. You know its probability ratio, its success ratio, and
Like a
you are just
mechanical,
implementing
like
mechanically.
mechanical.
So you are trying to remove all the psychological emotions
Yeah, exactly.
that hamper the trade.
So, so if I were to interrupt you for a second, the like what I was trading before, I wasn't incorporating stop loss. I knew my entry point basically, maybe based on oversold or overbought conditions, but I was just blindly trading. Like I mean, I was hoping that I would reach my target,
Right, right,
if not in a day. Like you told me, like you pointed that out. It's true, and that's what I was doing. No stop loss, nothing. Just hoping it'll reach my target
right.
one day.
So it
That's
was
true.
based on the hope and helped by the trend.
Hoping how when?
Is bullish.
Hoping it goes bullish, right? Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And that you were helped by the actual market trend
That's true. Yeah, I was
because
lucky.
it
Yeah.
was bullish, so you could buy, though your trading method was good still, but you
Yeah.
didn't have the defined criteria for the stop loss
That's true.
and
Yeah,
you
I'm
were
gonna
not
do that
using
now.
a proper risk reward ratios.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll learn that eventually.
Yes, we will cover all those things in this course.
Yeah.
So basically now you have understood why we use technical trading, right?
Yeah. So mechanical plan, like maybe it's written out. Just follow the plan, and yeah, with stop loss, with target criteria, with
Because when we don't have a written plan and no proper criterias, we are
mhm.
liable to fail over the long term
Yeah,
because we don't know what is happening in the market and we just follow it blindly with the gut feeling.
yeah, gut feeling, intuitive gut feeling. Yeah,
Gut feeling is good, but when you have everything defined, and gut feeling comes after watching the market and the screen for a long time.
yeah, following gut feeling.
Because what is gut feeling? Gut feeling is basically the patterns you see on the chart. That is why
Yeah,
we are doing technicals. Because you have seen those repeat again and again and again over the long time. So
gut
gut
feeling comes with experience. So
yes. So the gut feeling is nothing but something that we cannot define in our words. So we see
yeah,
this, oh, this I have seen it previously. It's bound to break out and go higher. So we buy. So that is gut
yeah,
feeling. But we
yeah,
what we do is we put that gut feeling, break all those things into the criteria and put it on the written trading plan and then execute it. So it won't just be your gut feeling, but it is unproven and a probable, high probable trade setup that you have objectively described.
yeah.
Right. So why avoid trading during the fundamental release? We have discussed this previously also.
Say it again.
Why we should avoid trading during the fundamental release?
Oh yeah, I don't trade during quarterly earnings or economic data release. Yeah.
Right,
Avoid
because
that.
we it is like gambling, as you said previously.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Trading
Gambling.
before a economic event, economic release is like gambling, right? Yeah.
Right, because we don't know the exact probability and the outcome. Because technicals sometimes do fail during the fundamental release because of the lack of liquidity.
Yeah. And you
So
mean
there will be wide whipsaws,
widespread bid spreads, bid ask spreads,
wide whipsaws, because liquidity is low.
whipsaws, wide whipsaws. You mean like
Because
gaps?
yes, gaps also and the swings. Suddenly you will see a large candle.
Wide whipsaws and swings because we don't know. We don't
No,
what?
because we don't have enough liquidity. Because all the large players, they are either on the sideline, right?
Yeah.
So if they are on the sideline, then you don't have any bid and ask available. So there will be wide difference between the bid and ask on the level two,
Got it. So large players on sidelines before economic event.
right? Because if they have the idea what the news is going to come earlier, like insider
Yeah.
information, then they would already be positioned and you won't see wide whipsaws because the move would already occur before the news.
Yeah.
But when they are also unsure, they try to minimize their risk by being professional and sitting on the sideline. So if they are doing with such a large capital, why should we be gambling?
Exactly. Yeah, that's a
Right?
good point.
Because they have their defined trading plan. They have their
Yeah.
risk manager separate. Everyone has a separate position. Each one checks
Right.
the other one. So they have a hierarchy system completely, which follows all the rules and specific rules. Right?
Got it. Got it.
So we have to do the same in our trading. So no fundamental release trading or the news
Yeah.
trading as they call. You can see many advertisement claiming that just trade the news and be rich, make it 100% or 500% in the one news. That
Uh,
is not correct,
false.
because you may lose everything,
I know.
because risk can't be defined during the news. If sudden whipsaw is there, your stops won't be guaranteed. If the price gaps
Yeah.
large in a large way, then you would lose everything that has already been risked on the trade
That's a
and
good
more.
point. I didn't know that. And the large players, they go on the sidelines because they're unsure before the economic
Right.
event. Lack of liquidity, so they're unsure. They're not buying or selling. So there's
No, so
no.
that is why there is a large difference between bid and ask. When
Yeah,
that
that's
happens,
liquidity.
when
Yeah,
it's a large scandal and sudden move,
yeah,
and many of the
exactly.
small players like us, retail traders, are caught in that move and lose everything. And
So when they say, go ahead.
yeah, and most of them don't even know that what has happened. Like now
Yeah,
you have an economic calendar and you do follow all the events, so you know
yeah,
that certain important news is coming out at that time. But when you are new, or I am new,
yeah,
then
yeah,
we don't know these things are there, and we
yeah.
do
That's
get
true.
caught up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. The large institute, large players, they know what's going on. So when there's a gap up, like a huge gap up or whipsaw, like the huge bullish candle because of some positive event, that means
Right.
there's tons of buyers. There's no sellers. So
Right.
there's a big bid ask
Everyone
spread,
is
you know.
only just want to buy, so they are positioning their bids higher and higher and higher.
And there's no sellers.
There are no sellers.
That's why the bid ask spread is wide. Okay, got
Right.
it.
Because everyone is just looking to buy at the next up move, next point, because already the all the buyers have taken all the sellers positions.
Got it.
Right.
Well, I don't have one question. You know, I remember I asked you there's a little off topic, but bid times ask or something like that, right? Bid ask, and then
Yes.
sometimes remember we discussed that before, and it said maybe seven by three. Does that
Right.
just mean that there's a lot more, and the bid price is maybe 22.60, or I forget what the price is, but that means there's a lot more bids than there's more bids than there is ask. Is that what that simply means?
Yes, yes. You need to see both the ratios.
The bid ask ratio, no?
Right. Because
So that's
which one
seven to
is
three,
higher?
right?
So
That's a
seven.
ratio, right? Seven by
Yes,
three.
the ratio. Right. So it shows that the number of lots multiplied by three or four. So it
Oh,
basically shows you how many people are buying at that point and how much in the lots. So it shows the buying power or the selling power.
it's usually by 100 or by 1,000, no?
Yes, yes,
So seven. So there's 7,000
yes.
versus 3,000. Well, there's
Right,
more. There's more bids. 7,000 bids. 3,000. Okay. So you're leaning toward the bid
right,
price.
right.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, go ahead next.
Yes. Okay. So next thing is, what method are we going to cover during our course and why?
Right.
Right. So during
Yeah.
our course, we will be covering technical analysis in detail, starting from the basics, why the price moves, because we need to
Yeah.
understand why the price moves, to understand why we are trading.
Price move.
Okay. And you have that PDF that contains all the sessions, right?
I got a WhatsApp message, I think, or I think I have it. It's on my phone.
It's okay.
Can you share it with me, or I'm
Yeah,
not sure to
I
get
will
that,
share it to you.
so we can understand better. There's a lot of ebooks out there. I was looking for I was studying candlesticks a little bit, and before we met a few days ago,
Right.
a
Right.
lot of books out there, and I have online access to ebooks. So I found some good ones, but you'll cover them in detail anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Because we'll be covering the most important aspects. We don't need to know
Every
everything. We
detail,
just go
exactly.
through everything, but we need to know what is most important. That will help us.
Yeah, exactly. Just like there's 250 or maybe 300 indicators, if you use them
Right.
all, they'll just give you conflicting. Yeah. Well, I
But
see. I don't see your. You didn't share it yet, did you?
just a minute. I'll just
Okay.
mail it to you right away.
Okay, no, I'll check my mail later. Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
It's like you can send it later. I think I have it on WhatsApp.
You have? Yeah. Yes, you have.
I have it on WhatsApp. I can find it right now, actually. So I'll tell you right now. Let me look at it. It's like a. I think Avinash sent. Or no, you sent it to me actually. One second. Oh, that's the coaching group. Avinash sent it actually earlier.
Okay.
One second. Ten question. Here it is. Advanced professional trading course, right?
Right.
For so burning desire to learn, understand, willpower, know its requirements, duration of course, what is procedure, content, support and resistance and pivot points, or P, covering and
Pivot
revising the
points.
basics,
Yeah.
covering the basic professional trading course, a bit more in depth on its FX fundamentals and theoretical aspects.
Right. Okay.
So week two, SNR and P. What's P? Pivot. Got it.
SNR is support and resistance and pivot.
Yeah. Candlestick study. Yeah. You
Yeah.
said the first couple of the first two sessions are probably quicker for me. I think you mentioned that. Candlestick study will take some a little more
Right.
time, but I understand some basics already.
We'll cover the basics as well in those, because basics is
Yeah.
important, why candlesticks form and everything, right? So
Yeah.
today we are just looking for the basics that and we are discussing. So we note down the basic entry points. So before starting the course, what we are looking at, and after completion of
Yeah.
the course, you need to give us a review how the course has helped you.
Sure.
Yeah. So the week two will cover support, resistance, and pivots. Week three, swings.
Yeah.
Price action points, understanding price action. So the third is the candlestick study. Fourth is going deep into the pattern trading.
Yeah, I have it.
We'll
Yeah.
be looking at the price patterns in the week four.
Yeah.
And then we'll put all the previous SRP swings, candlesticks, and patterns together and give us a basic idea of the price action.
Yeah.
So that will help us devise a proper trading plan or the trading method.
Yeah.
Right. And then in the week six, we'll also see new trading method, which more indicator or anything if we could add to the plan or use it separately for different purpose.
Hmm.
You are using um, swing trading or a long-term trading, then you would be using price action,
Yeah.
additional criteria, just to verify whether you are on the right path or not. So the week six new trading method will help us define whether we are on the right path,
Right.
whether it is the high probability trade setup.
Hmm.
And the week seventh will give us the money management and risk management criteria. So how to define our risk, how to manage money. Week 8 will help us on the trading psychology.
Yeah.
What we should be thinking while doing it, whether we should be thinking about it or not.
Yeah.
Week ninth will put everything together and form a full professional trading plan. Week 10th,
Yeah.
use of trading journal. 11th is trade statistics, right?
Yeah.
And week 12th is being a professional.
Yeah.
That point we'll cover everything that we have discussed today.
Okay.
So you would have everything, all the correct idea on how to implement it.
Got it.
You need to have the view of the professional trader. So
Hmm.
week 12 we cover all that.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the in short what we'll be covering this course. Let's move on to the next point now.
Yeah.
Okay. Why avoiding indicators is absolutely necessary.
Avoiding.
For example, you are currently trading based on the indicators, right? Bollinger
Right.
Band,
Yeah.
stochastic, RSI.
Yeah.
So
Not
why is
stochastic.
it
RSI and Bollinger. Yeah.
important to avoid such indicators?
I don't know. Because nothing. I just feel that nothing can be oversold over. I was watching a video on some other on YouTube. Nothing can remain oversold or overbought for too long, so it's a good time to get in. No.
Right.
And those
Because
kind of
sometimes
represent
what happens,
candles like
the trend is moving in a breakout direction. So oversold and overbought wouldn't mean anything because even though the market is moving up, it's
hmm
showing overbought.
right. I mean, a new support, new resistance can form.
Right. What will happen that market will continue to break higher and higher and it will go on moving higher.
Yeah.
So every time you see on the chart, the indicator will be showing the market would be advancing.
Yeah. That's true.
So indicators are usually not leading indicators,
Okay.
right?
Indicators.
Right. Because they are derived from the actual price, but they have certain criterias and they can't exceed those levels
Yeah.
because it is defined. Let's say 100 to minus 100, 100 to 0. So the
Yeah.
criteria for the indicator is defined by the person who
Yeah.
created it.
Yeah. For indicator is defined. Yes, it is. It's true. 20 and 70
Right.
or
So someone
70.
has already coded that indicator for a purpose and he basically used it for his own benefit. So he might be having a different set of rules for trading those indicators,
Yeah.
which he won't be sharing because he is profitable with that.
That's true.
So we can see that so many times. Most of the indicators will release later on to the general public after they were used by bigger institutional traders or the hedge funds or the programmers who devise those for testing their method. They might be
That's a good
using
point.
it with another indicator.
That's a good
They don't know
point.
the
Yeah.
exact function of the indicator, the purpose, and the way it was traded, right?
Good indicators are released after they've been tested and were
After their use is of less value, whole world knows about those.
released after they have no value. That's true. I never thought of that.
Yeah. So so we avoid the indicators because we have certain rules that will give us the idea
hmm
about the trading or our entry criteria, exit criteria. All right. So that is price, which is available on the chart. So
Hmm?
our main aim is to define how the price moves on the chart without the help of indicators.
Identify क्या? What?
To identify the price moves on the chart without the help of indicators.
Is to identify price moves on the chart. Huh, right?
Help of indicators, because indicators, the name itself says that it indicates something.
Without
So it is,
indicator. Main goal is to identify price moves on the chart without
sorry,
indicators. Main goal is to identify price moves on the chart without indicators.
indicators, because indicators in themselves, the word itself means that they indicate something,
Yeah.
right? So they are for the person who doesn't understand what is actually happening in the market and wants to know whether, right? That is why it is indicator, because it indicates something.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So if we understand what is actually happening in the market, then we don't need to use indicators to indicators just help a newbie understand a direction or anything in the market.
Yeah.
right?
lagging indicator.
That is why we will be using only price action to understand everything in details.
Price action.
So let's move away from the indicators for the point right now.
Yeah, yeah,
How we start to trade.
yeah.
First thing, what is the difference between swing trading and the shorter time frame trading?
Yeah. First of all, I'll let you know. I only do short term or swing trading. I don't plan to hold for a whole quarter, 2 quarters, three
Yes.
quarters, long term investing. I mean, I could, but I don't have the patience or I think I can make a profit fine short term. I don't know what could happen in the long term anyway. So.
All
And
right.
options expire, right?
Okay.
So yeah.
So, but how do you know what will happen in the short term?
No, I don't. No, but I mean, I use indicators, and I also, but my weakness is I'm not using stop loss. I'm just hoping I'm gut feeling it's going to go up, or I'm using some kind of technical like support resistance patterns, Bollinger Bands to see how um where the
Can't we
support is, where the
use those on
resistance.
the larger time frame?
What's that?
So why can't we use those on the larger time frames?
But larger time frame, then I have to hold it for a larger time frame
But what difference will it make?
because
Since you have explained
holding
in the short term
overnight
also,
can.
you
What's that?
go on, please go on.
But holding overnight could be any event could ruin your. No.
But same thing can happen in the short term. A sudden news release would also ruin you in the short term.
Yeah, but if you bought at a very low level or you shorted at a very high level, then I think there's possibility of making at least a scalp, like making like a small. I'm not looking for major like huge like profits. Maybe
Why
that's
not?
one of my weaknesses. Yeah, that's true. Maybe I could
That's
hold
what
it for a
we are
longer
coming
time
to that
frame.
point actually, yes.
Yeah.
Basically, we need to change your way of thinking towards the market.
Right.
It's the same whether you trade on the short term or the long term. But there are
Yeah.
advantages of using the long term.
Is there? Yeah, I think you're right. I realized after if I did a trade journal, which is one of your
Yes, yes,
lessons,
that is most important thing.
I would notice that I've noticed I don't mentally notice actually I've mentally noticed that if I would have held it longer, I would have made a much larger profit on
Exactly.
Apple or McDonald's or whatever. Like even
Right.
McDonald's
So your
31,
exposure
32
ratio
now.
would be good. You won't be paying any commissions.
Yeah,
Commissions
exactly.
because if you trade every day, you need to pay commissions every day.
Yeah. But then you have that sense of satisfaction. You can sleep, or I mean, if you trade not futures and you just trade options and stocks and you don't in regular trading hours, then you have that satisfaction you made something and you start the day again. But I don't know.
Yes, but we have to change that. We'll come to that step by step. So
Okay,
while
okay.
trading, that's why I'm asking you these questions because
No, that's
this
good.
is a
No.
set of a mindset. Just basically, it's a group that you have made a point or a memory in your head that holding over the long term has these many effects and it may cause me losses. So this
Yeah.
is just a point of view.
Yeah, that's true. That's something I have to fix here, right? And me and holding 3, 4, 1, 2 weeks is it's considered to me long, but to some people still it's short term, right? I
Exactly,
could
that's
extend
what
my
I'm coming
I
to.
extend my
Because
duration to 3, 4 weeks,
right.
or
So
a week or two.
why we should trade on the larger time frame? So we'll come to the advantages.
You mean you shouldn't even bother looking at 5 minute charts? You should look at 4 hour charts or
Yeah,
1 hour charts, or something. Is that what you're trying to say?
you can come on that, but after you understand everything about the technical analysis, it's
Okay.
like I will give you a simplest example. Before starting to um, what drive on a car,
Hmm.
how do you practice it?
How do before driving a
So
car?
basically, oh right, how do you practice it?
You get lessons, like I'm getting lessons from you on trading. Like you practice. I mean, you do the theory, and then you actually do a road test, and you practical.
All right, you just don't go full throttle immediately.
Yeah, exactly.
So basically, it is similar in the trading.
Hmm.
Just
Hmm.
so on the shorter time frame. There is a lot
Hmm.
of noise, as I have previously also told you. Noise.
Hmm.
Noise is full throttle because everyone is
Got
on the small time frame,
Yeah.
right? Everyone except the hedge
No,
funds,
everybody. What do you mean? You mean who's everybody?
all the retail traders,
All the retail. You're right. They want quick profits, right?
even the proprietary traders,
Yes, you're right. Yeah.
and all the algos
All algos. You're right.
and all the computers.
All
So the supercomputers are
players are on short time frames.
because they have the same mindset that just scalp in, take some profits home, and go to sleep.
Yeah, exactly. Scalp in and scalp out.
But who are the opposite side of those? The supercomputers, because you have the algos running on those supercomputers. So they will just keep on improving themselves with the neural testing, all you know, right?
Sort
Neural
of.
behavior testing
Yeah.
computers. So they
Yeah.
tend to develop their own system for the
Yeah.
traders inputs. So bid and ask is easily available to them, and they can process the
Much quicker than we can.
rapidly in a few
Yeah.
microseconds. We can't do that.
Yeah.
So
And
they are
no
quite
emotion.
fast. Yes, and
Yeah.
no emotions
No.
because they have been programmed to do that.
Yeah.
Our brain convert that fast,
Yeah.
and we get attached to the emotions because if we lose,
Yeah.
say, even if you are scalping and you lose some 10 cents also, then you have that negative impact on your psychology before you
That's
take the
true.
next trade. They won't have
That's
that.
true.
They will
That's
just
true.
keep on going to follow their rules and just keep on taking the trades irrespective of the outcome.
Exactly.
So the news and these all things will be large impact on the short term trading, not on the
Yeah.
long term. Because
Yeah.
in the long term, a trend is defined. Only thing that can change it is the change in the attitude of all the large players, and that won't happen in a minute or a hour or a 4 hour basis. That would require some
Yeah.
major event to happen.
Okay.
Been in the position or in the line for a long time. Hedge funds can't just go in and out immediately because their
Yeah.
positions would reflect entirely their behavior to the all the retail traders as well.
You mean they would reflect a big candle if they
Right, big
actually
candle or
got
some
it.
price action on the chart, so everybody would just follow those. So they usually tend to avoid happening that thing, and they won't get filled on their position if they just try to decide to move on to the short term trading, because that much liquidity won't be available, because they would be trading a few billions, because they need to
Oh,
trade in that amount to make profits, because they are aiming for just few percentage of those many billions, right?
got it. Got it. So hedge funds won't operate on a short time frame.
That is why we have trends, why market is moving up, because they bought it at the lows of the 2009, and they are just pushing it higher and higher with each dip. So market is moving up from 2009. Now it is
Yeah.
2017. So for last 8 to 9 years it has been just moving up because they have positioned themselves in that way. Each dip they are buying, so they are
Yeah.
thinking in the long term.
I'm thinking long term, and trend is upward.
If you look at 5 minutes and something, oh, it is just fallen down 10 cents, they are looking at some few $100 of target, and they won't be caring about few cents.
That's
That
true.
is why happens on the shorter time frames. You see an opposite move to the actual trend, and
That's true.
we think that the trend is changing, and it never changes. It just keeps on moving in the same direction. It just takes out the stops, comes low, come to the lows, take all the short term traders, take their stops, and just moves on.
Got it. Got it. Got it. So it's upward trend. There's a dip. You
Right,
think it's a reversal, but it keeps on going up.
right. Because on the longer term chart, that is just a blip.
On a long time frame, just a blip. A
When
a
there
dip
is
is just
actual
a
change on the long
small
term.
dip is just a blip on a long time chart, right?
Right. So when should we change the bias or the thinking on the trend? When we have definite reversal candles or reversal patterns on the longer time frame chart,
Like a doji.
like a doji and the confirmation candle next to the doji.
So confirmation candle just not to jump, but confirmation candle just confirm. Like you think it's a reversal, and this will confirm that it's a reversal. Another confirmation, it
Right,
confirms it's
right.
a. True reversal. Got it.
Right, because most of the time trend is up, you see a doji and you think that it is reversing, it doesn't, just keeps on moving up.
Yeah.
So we need to know the exact level of the doji also. That is why support and resistance are important, or supply and demand are important.
I got that.
Right, so we need to understand the basic support and resistance on the longer term time frame.
Need to understand basics of support and resistance on longer time frame.
All right, so what I will just now explain to you why larger time frames are important and why we should trade on the larger time in a simplistic of words.
Yeah.
What I feel is that when an artist is painting on a canvas, right,
Yeah.
we look at it, oh, he's painting something, but we don't know
Yeah.
what he's
Yeah.
trying to paint. We just
Yeah.
see that he's each and every stroke we see, but he
Yeah.
has whole